Like many people with inclusion body myositis, I have difficulty swallowing, a condition called dysphagia. I've had it for about 10 years, and over that time, I've learned several techniques that help me deal with it. I'd like to share some of them with you now.
One of the most important things, I think, is to eat alone and in a quiet place. This may sound antisocial, and I suppose it is, but I find it quite important. You see, food tends to get stuck down around the vocal cords, and if you try to talk to somebody, or even think about talking, it causes the muscles down there to move enough that it'll make the food try to go down your airway and into the lungs. And of course that causes all sorts of coughing and choking. Incidentally, you can see the difficulty I have with my hands and arms in this video, and I make a pretty weird swinging motion in order to get food up to my mouth. This has nothing to do with swallowing problems, it's just the weakness of my arms. Now I take these very small bites and I chew much longer than you would think is necessary, and I keep swallowing using the classic chin tuck maneuver as I do. And one thing is to just keep at it, keep swallowing until you're sure that almost all the food is down. If the food doesn't seem to quite clear, and eventually it won't, because it'll I don't know why, but it just accumulates, then I take the tiniest sip of water to dilute the food, and then I find I can resume the swallowing process and it will all go down just fine. It's important not to try to wash the food down by taking a big gulp of water and swallowing. All that will do is push the food right into your trachea, and that can be quite serious. So just small sips, and use them just simply to help the food make its way down your esophagus. As long as I stick with these simple rules, I haven't found the need to restrict my diet. Here I'm eating a salad, earlier pasta and marinara sauce. I can eat just about any kind of meat. I can't cut things, I have to have them cut up for me, but I can certainly manage to swallow them, just as long as I'm willing to take my time and use water occasionally to help the swallowing process. Another important rule is to stop eating when you're tired. I find that that's another danger point. If I get really tired, then I will have more and more trouble swallowing. Once I am completely finished, then I will drink quite a bit of water, and this is to make sure that all the food particles that may be lingering around inside my mouth get washed down. I have actually choked on food as much as 3 hours after a meal if I don't carefully do this process. If despite all these precautions I still get some food trying to get into my airway, it's important that I not panic. I breathe through my nose and then cough out the food and repeat the swallowing process until my mouth really is clear. To summarize, eat in a quiet place away from people so you won't be tempted to talk while you're eating. Take small bites, chew them much longer than you think is necessary, and keep swallowing until your mouth is clear. If you run into difficulty getting everything down, take a very small sip of water to dilute the food to make it easier to swallow. If you feel food trying to get into your airway, cough it back up, breathe through your nose, not your mouth, and don't panic. Then resume the swallowing process. When you're completely through eating, then is the time to drink a large amount of water to make sure that you clear all the food out of your mouth so that it won't wind up surprising you several hours later.